Okay. Next thought to unbox is, will the ones in power ever face punishment? And I personally think, obviously, that's a clear no. Obviously, if you look throughout history. And what I'm trying to go with this is that, I'm part of the Gen Z generation. I guess I would say I'm early Gen Z, or the old Generation Z, I suppose. Maybe you could say I'm even like a late millennial. A transitionary period, in between generations. And I was thinking, think about the economic car. The economic car. You use this economic car to get things in life, to get get a house, actually buy a car outright. You own the thing, and to finally own what you're going for, not making all these payments and all these bills and stuff like that, and not have to worry so much about your financial state in this country. And it's like the people in power, at least from my standpoint, at least from what I'm seeing with my eyes that you cannot see right now, the people in power have ruined it for a lot of our generation. They've ruined it for a ton of for the younger people. And it's just like they get to sit back, they get to sit back with no repercussions. They've taken the economic car that we have, crashed it, taken parts out of it, just completely, damn near totaled this car. It's still running, it's still working. Like, we haven't gone into absolute chaos, but you think about it, it's like, hey, all right, next generation, here's the car for you to drive. And it's just like, what the... We can't drive this car. And it's like, and then they wonder why we're not having children. They wonder why we're not buying houses. And they wonder why we're not, working jobs. And that's a whole nother thing I want to get into. But they wonder why we're not doing things. And it's just like, oh my God. It's like, you handed us a broken economic system, or a broken economic car, and there's no punishment for them. There's no punishment for them. You think back to terrible things that have been done in history. Like, for example, Cambodia and the killing fields. The guy who basically brought that upon Cambodia and the people, he got to die pretty much not facing any repercussions. There are people there's plenty of instances in history where someone should have faced huge repercussions and huge punishments. And I'm not sure what your guys' thoughts are on karma or anything, but I don't even know, maybe they get what's coming to them in the next world, but I'm just like, why don't they get it here? And that's just the way life is. Life is supposed to be in that sort of way, I guess, just suffering, and then those people just get away with it, but I guess I wanted to talk about that. I really wanted to speak on that idea that these people who are older than us, I didn't choose for the cost of living. I didn't choose for the cost of living to go up. I didn't choose for us to print a crap ton of money and deflate our currency into the bottom. I didn't choose for housing to be unaffordable. I didn't choose for having children to be unaffordable. And basically, also, does anyone think that's a crazy idea, that we have to give our kids away to somebody else to watch them? It's like, aren't I supposed to take care of them? I had the kid, and I just give them away in daycare, and someone else is supposed to watch them? That'll be a whole nother video. But yeah, and we're just, and the big old words is just figure it out. And we're figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. I'm finding my ways through it, and I will still try to achieve that American dream of, and is it really an American dream? Is it really an American dream just to want a place to live, to want to have children, and want to just have a comfortable way of life, I don't think that's, I don't even know if that's like an American dream. That's just a human dream. It's just what we want to do, but there's so many things, so many barriers in our way, and these barriers are put up by people who will not have to face the music. They can go in and screw up the government or screw up the the whole system, and they can just walk away fine. Yeah, I did that. I ruined people's lives, and nothing will happen to me. But yeah, maybe they'll face it in the future. Maybe they'll face the music in their afterlife. Maybe not. I don't know. I just find it funny that these people, or the people who have made this society for us, or made this this world for us, that we have to work within, and they expect us to, like, why are you not working? Why are you not buying a house? Why are you, why have you not had children? And, like, why haven't you done these things? And I'm just like, you guys gave us a broken car. You gave us a broken economic car, and we have to bear the brunt of that. We have to fix the problems. We have to figure out what the hell to do about it, and maybe this is just naive. Maybe this is every generation has to deal with this problem, but it's just like, I look back and I think, how you could just work one little job. You could work one little factory job. And this isn't like, the family I know did this. One person could work a job and support multiple of kids, get a new house, get a new car, the whole American dream. And now one job, which I do think is necessary. I think if you're working a job like stocking a shelf, like, someone has to put that product on the shelf. I think it's a necessary job. I think you should live at least somewhat comfortably, and maybe just enough to buy a 1-bedroom apartment. But you're not going to be able to do that. You won't be able to do that on these pays anymore. You now have to just figure it out, and not everyone's going to figure it out. Maybe this is a divine plan. It's a divine plan to weed out the people who can't figure it out, or it's population control or something like that. Because there has to be something to explain this. But yeah, overall, my thoughts on that. The people in power, if I'm answering the question in the video, I don't think the people in power will ever face repercussions for it. Maybe, they live in gated communities. They live in certain groups that you'll never see. You'll never speak to these. You'll never see these people, right? But yeah, you're never gonna have to face. You're never gonna have to go through that kind of struggle, I suppose. So yeah, leave your comments below. Let me know your thoughts on it, or just thoughts on, like, figuring it out. How are you figuring it out after we've been handed this piece of shit economic car? After we've been handed it, there goes the ambulance. But after you've been handed this piece of shit economic car, how are you figuring it out? That's my sum of on it. And the answer to, pretty much, will they face the music? Will they face the punishment? No, they won't. They won't. Leave your comments below. Tell me what you think. Cheers.